Good morning to one and all. My dear students, I am starting the data communication subject. Within that, module 5 I am going to teach now. In module 5 we are going to learn now wired LANs Ethernet. In this module, in this topic, we are going to study first IEEE standards. The IEEE standards are needed for us to design the data link layer as well as physical layer. And in this, in 1985, the Computer Society of the IEEE started a project called as a Project 802 to a set of commands as well as the standards to enable the intercommunication among equipment from a variety of manufacturers. Project 802 is a way of specifying functions of the physical layer as well as the data link layer for the major LAN protocols. Within this, we are going to discuss how IEEE standards are made or designed, which help us to design the data link functionality as well as physical layer functionality. Here we are going to study now IEEE standards for LANs, how the LANs will be going to design, which contains the logical link control as well as media access control. These are the two protocols. So here we start with the OSI or the internet model, and in turn in that OSI or internet model we start with the physical layer, which will become the transmission medium. After the physical layer, the upper layer is the data link layer. Upper layer of the data link layer will be upper layers, which starts from the network layer as well as transport layer and application layer, but we are going to deal with only physical and data link layer. Now what are the protocols we are going to design we are going to use IEEE standards for designing the LANs. In physical layer, we are dealing with the Ethernet physical layers, which are very several in nature, and we are using token ring physical layer also as well as token bus, and many other topologies are available for us to design the physical layer within which we are going to use IEEE standards. Now come to the data link layer, which is a Ethernet MAC. Also you can use to design the data link layer as well as token ring media access control, token bus media access control. Above these there is a link layer control, which controls the data link layer as well as the physical layers, which interacts with the internet layer, that is the IP layer. So here next the HDLC format of the frame format, which is compared with the LLC as well as MAC frames. Now here we are discussing with the HDLC frame as well as MAC frame. Now HDLC frame, destination service access point as well as source service access point. So these two we are going to discuss. First, in HDLC frame format, the address is the first field, and next comes the control field, next comes the upper layer data, which is coming the data from the network layer, and here FCS we are using for error direction as well as correction. Now how the FCS will be designed, which is dividing in terms of LLC PDU as well as MAC frames. One HDLC frame is divided into two formats that I told here as LLC PDU format as well as MAC frame format. Here in LLC PDU, link layer control protocol data unit, which starts with the destination service access point and source service access point. These are the two different fields which decides the destination service as well as source service, and there is a control section will be available, which controls the accessing the packet and delivering the packet to the upper layer. That is called as a LLC PDU. Now for another frame format, that is a MAC frame format, which contains the MAC header, media access control header, which contains the source address as well as the destination address in terms of MAC format, and which contains or encapsulates the LLC PDU into MAC frame. LLC PDU will be a encapsulated packet into MAC frame, so which becomes the MAC payload. What is the MAC payload? MAC payload is the LLC PDU. Then FCS is the frame correction service, that is error detection and correction. For that purpose we are using FCS. Now we start with the next standard Ethernet. What is a standard Ethernet? The original Ethernet was created in 1976, which is from the Xerox at a Parksy Center. Since it has gone through the 4 generations, And we are now briefly discussing regarding traditional or standard. Standard means a traditional one which was originally created in 1976, which contains the MAC sublayer and physical sublayer. Now Ethernet evolution, how the Ethernet has gone through the 4 generation of an evolution. Ethernet evolution is the first standard Ethernet, its capacity is 10 Mbps. It supports between 2 machines, a communication capacity will be 10 Mbps. Then later it has been improved version will be fast Ethernet, which is increased bandwidth capacity of 100 Mbps. Then comes with a gigabit Ethernet, that is a 1 Gbps. Then 10 gigabit Ethernet, that is a 10 Gbps. These are the different types of evolutions have been gone under through the Ethernet. Now 802.3 MAC frame format. 802 is a standard, within that 0.3 is the MAC frame format. Here the MAC frame format, as we are seeing preamble. Preamble contains, the field preamble contains 7 bytes. 7 into 8 is 56 bits of alternating zeros and ones we are using as a preamble field in case of MAC frame format. Now next field will be SFD format, SFD field, that is start frame delimiter, where the frame has been starting in the packet. That will be decided by start frame delimiter, that is 10101011, which is a pattern of indicating the frame starting, that is a 1 byte information. Then these two, preamble and SFD, indicates these are the required field for physical layer header. So next field will be the destination address, that is a 6 byte, 48-bit destination address, MAC address. Source address is also 48-bit, that is a 60 bytes. Length or type of the bytes will be 2 bytes. What type of the frame it is, and what is the length of the frame for which the data used will be 2 bytes. That is 16 bits we are using to decide length of the frame as well as type of the frame. Then the later field will be the data and padding. If the data is up to the size, then the data will be original. Then the data is less than the total data, then the number of padding bits will be added to the data field. So next comes cyclic redundancy check, which is required for error detection and correction, where we are using 16 bits, that is 4 bytes of information, CRC field. Next, minimum and maximum lengths of a MAC frame. Destination address, as I told already, 48-bit, source address 48-bit, PDU length will be 2 bytes, data and padding length, that comes minimum length will be 46 bytes, and maximum payload or the frame you can create will be 1500 bytes. Maximum size will be 1500 bytes, minimum will be 46. If you want to add some more bits to the 46, you make it as padding bits, and later 4 bytes will be CRC. The whole frame will be of a MAC frame of 802.3. That is, minimum frame length will be 512 bits, maximum length will be 12,144 bits of length. Frame length, as I told, 64 bytes minimum, maximum is 1518 bytes maximum. Now, how this Ethernet address will be noted or specified in the hexadecimal notation, which is of 6 bytes. 2 bytes will be separated with a colon to the next 2 bytes. So one field is of 2 bytes. So totally 6 bytes, and total 12 hexadecimal digits we are using to indicate the MAC address. Totally it is 48 bit. Every 2 byte is separated with a colon. Now, how many types of addressing we are using in the multicast MAC address frame format and multicasting? That is unicast and multicast address. Unicast indicates with a 0, multicast indicates with a 1. In 1 byte of the format, the first bit is set to 0 means unicast, the first bit is set to 1 means it's a multicast frame. That frame will be either multicasted or unicasted, and the total in the length of the byte will be 1 byte. So the least significant bit of the first byte defines the type of the address. As I told already, if the bit is 0, address is unicast, otherwise it is a multicast. Now the broadcast destination address is a special case of the multicast address, within which all the bits of a frame will be set to 1. For unicast, the most LSB will be 0. For the multicast, the LSB will be 1. For the broadcast, all the bits of the frame will be set to 1. That is 1 byte, all bits will be equal to 1 in case of broadcast. How to define the following destination addresses in the hexadecimal format? So here you see A example. In A example, so first letter is first for the most LSB bit. The first letter is 1A. A indicates 1010, means the first bit is 0. 0 means it is a unicast address. For B you see, B for the first bit will be what? E letter. E letter will be ended with what? 0111. 111 means the first bit of the frame will be equal to 1, means it is a multicast address. Then for the C case, first letter is F. All the bits are set to 1, which is called as a broadcast address. All 8 digits are equal to 1, means it is a broadcast address. Here we are going to see this address which is sent on the line. The address is always is sent from left to right. Byte by byte we are sending. First we are sending 1 byte, that is a 4. Second we are sending 7, that is a 7, 1 byte. Next 2 as 1 byte, 0 as 1 byte. In that way we are reading the address from left to right, bit by bit, and we are converting that hexadecimal frame format into binary, as you have seen below. Now, categories of standard Ethernet. How the standard Ethernet will be divided? Standard Ethernet common implementations will be in terms of 10 base 5, 10 base 2, 10 base T and 10 base F. In 10 base 5, the design will be, or the implementation is using bus network or thick coaxial cable will be used. Bus cables or thick coaxial cables to achieve the 10 base T, that is T equal to 5. Here for 10 base T equal to 2, we are using the implementation of standard Ethernet by using bus cable, thin coaxial cable. And next for the 10 base T, we are going to design star topology as well as UTP topology. Similarly, for the last one, 10 base F, for the F we are using either fiber technology, fiber optics as well as the star topology for designing the 10 base F common standard Ethernet implementations. These are the 4 types of implementations. Now, encoding in a standard Ethernet implementation. This encoding, how the standard Ethernet implementation will be used for using into the twisted pair of fibers. 10 Mbps data will be fed into the Manchester encoding. Manchester encoding creates the encoded data to the twisted pair. Similarly, for the 10 Mbps data for the decoder, encoder and decoder, we are using the method called as a Manchester encoding methods. Now 10 base T5 implementation, 10 base 5 equal to T, 10 means 10 Mbps of the data will be supported by the channel, and base means baseband technology, that is a digital transmission. 5 means 500 meters of the cable total length. So this 500 meter of the cable having the 2 ends where we are connecting number of hosts as well as a server, and each host is connected through the transceiver, and through the transceiver we are connecting to the device through a cable of 50 meters. Thick coaxial cable for connecting host, maximum of length 500 meters. And at the end of this design, we are going to connect one server or a framework or a mini computer through the transceivers as well as the 50 meters transceiver cable. This is the design of 10 base 5 implementation. 5 means 500 meters. 10 base 2 implementation, where we are using a cable, coaxial cable of maximum length will be 185 meters. 2 means 185 meters, base is a baseband digital technology, and 10 is a 10 Mbps of the data. So this is the design of 10 base 2 implementation. Then next is 10 base T implementation, where 10 Mbps baseband technology supports the digital transmission, and T means the twisted pair, where we are using the cable, this 10 base T, as a hub for connecting the host to the hub. And 2 pairs of UTV cables we are using. One will be injecting onto the hub and another one will be injecting onto the machine for connecting to the internet. 10 base F, that is the F means the fiber technology we are using, where every machine will be connecting to the 10 base fiber hub. One is the transmitter, another one is the receiver. 2 cables are required for every host which is connecting onto 10 base F implementation. Summary of the standard Ethernet implementations. Characteristics will be what? We are differentiating the standard Ethernet implementations in terms of media, in terms of maximum length, and in terms of line encoding. So for in terms of media, 10 base 5 uses thick coaxial cable, 2 uses thin coaxial cable, 10 base T uses 2 UTP cables, 10 base F uses 2 fiber optic cables. Maximum length will be 500 supports, here 125, 85, here 100 meters, here 2000 meters. line encoding will be used as a Manchester for all type of the standard implementations. Thank you very much.